All right, thank you so much, everyone, for coming out. We really, really do appreciate it. This is a coordinated event, so we're knocking on doors for Sherrod Brown, for Ken Harbaugh, for Lorraine, for Lauren, for Cassie. This is how we win. We win the election by knocking on these doors, by having these important conversations, and just listening to folks. So that's how we are going to win. And I just really, really appreciate it. This is literally the most important thing. And now because of all you showing up at this event, this is the biggest Canvas kickoff in the state.
In at least the last 2 years inside Stark County.
So, thank you. And now, Ken?
I'm right here.
Take it off.
I'm going to make myself call. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm going to hand it over to Congressman Moulton in just a second. But we rolled up 10 minutes late because we were out on an overdose call with Canton Fire Department. We did a ride along with the sheriffs last night. It is a war zone out there. We had to watch a taser shot because someone came at a cop with a knife. This morning there was an overdose just down the road. They Narcaned him. They brought him back to life. This is a life and death election, folks. It really is. That's not figurative. It's a life and death election for so many people in our community. I think about health care, what we had to go through as a family with Lizzie needing those 4 surgeries before she turned 4 years old. Anne Marie and I not being able to afford the first one of those. It's a terrifying place to be in as a father, as a family. If we lose the battle as a country, not just as a party, but as a country about what health care is going to be, my Lizzie, who's 8 years old right now, is going to be uninsurable until she turns 65 and goes on Medicare. I think about the opioid epidemic, which we just saw one snapshot of this morning. 39% increase in fatalities year over year between last year and this year. 1,000 more kids in foster care this Christmas compared to the Christmas before. When I say it's a life and death election, it's a life and death election at the street level. But I also think it might be a life and death election for this country. I used to teach history. A lot of you know that. You have to go back to 1968 to find stakes as high as they are in 2018 in America today. I've heard some people describe this as the last election. I don't think we're at that point yet, but take that in. If we don't turn this ship around in 2018, who knows what's going to happen. Thank God we have leaders like Seth Moulton in Congress holding the line, demanding accountability, bringing together this incredible class of candidates running for Congress. And I got to go a step further, running for seats from the top of the ticket down to the bottom. We were with Joe Biden, Sherrod Brown yesterday. Sherrod, of course, is at the tip of the spear, but there is an army behind him. Where's Lorraine? We got Lorraine, we got Cassie, we got Lauren. Where's Lauren? That is this slate of candidates from the bottom of the ticket to the top. The first time in the history of the state that we have challenged every single state house race. That is proof that we are still a self-correcting democracy, because it's not the parties dragging people into this and forcing them to run. It's people like Lorraine and Cassie and Lauren looking at the state of the country, looking at the state of their community and saying, if not me, then who? If not now, then when? And it's all of you saying, we got to get them now. So thank you so much for coming out to Canvas. I'm going to kick it over to Seth. Brian, biggest Canvas of the state, kicking off today. Congratulations for making history. Over to you, Seth.
Well, look, I'm Seth Moulton, I'm Congressman from Massachusetts. I'm proud to be here with you. I have one of the most unpopular jobs in the country as a member of Congress, and I'm supporting Ken to take on that job. But there's one reason that he's doing it. It's because Congress is broken, and we need leadership back in Washington. And I'm inspired by veterans like Ken, and like the other veterans here today, because I know they can lead. You know, it's so much bigger than party politics. It's so much bigger than this issue or that issue. It's about bringing leadership and accountability back to our government. You deserve elected leaders that you can trust. And I don't think you have that right now. You know, if there's one lesson that I learned from Iraq, even in the midst of this war I disagree with, it's that leadership matters, that leadership can make a difference. And when I went to Washington in 2014, I carried with me the words of a United States Navy veteran who fought in World War II in the Pacific. And he told me during the campaign, he said, Seth, if you get elected, make sure you go to Washington as an American. Not as a Democrat or as a Republican, but as an American first. Ken has the courage to put the country first, to put you first over party politics. He's already showed the courage to stand up to our party establishment when they don't represent your interests. And don't think that's not hard. You know, he gets a little flack for that. I get a little flack for that. But you know what? If the other folks are on the side of the Washington establishment and we're with all of you, I think we're in really good company. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to listen to you, to learn from you, and to make sure that you have a representative that you can trust. That's what real leadership is. That's what accountability means in 2018 in our Congress. And that's what will get America back on track. So thank you so much for standing up, for being a part of this. Let's win this election.
Yeah.